Hey Capricorn, your June tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your theme is simplify, and so we're looking for any and all ways to uncomplicate. And I have pulled 3 clarifiers to see what that might look like. Now the first one is the Page of Books, and so this is that fresh back to basics feeling that you can get when nothing is interfering with your dreaming and your intuition or your joy. And it's a call to simplify emotionally or spiritually, meaning reclaiming a sense of wonder and surrendering some element of programming about how you can connect with your higher power. And they want you to remove blockages so that you can believe again, essentially. It's also a call towards simpler sources of joy, free things like flowers and trees, and exploring your imagination, exploring your own magic, or creating something new out of something old. Now your second clarifier is the Two of Candles. Travel light as you blaze a new path. So who was the comedian that talked about the house is just a place to keep your stuff, and then you take your stuff with you in a suitcase and you have a hotel room to store your stuff, buying storage for your stuff, needing to upgrade your home because of more stuff. George Carlin, I think, had a whole thing about it. But the key point is how much more mobile and agile we would all be with less stuff. So simplify your stuff so that you can make bolder and more forward-thinking moves that excite you and not have to account for so much stuff. Now your third clarifier is the Five of Candles. Simplify factors, streamline your personal agenda, because there's a competition of wills here, and it's like a tangle of complex considerations. They're saying to start using the process of elimination to clear your path towards a goal or goals. Like, I just saw a really cool video about something called a crash list. And the guy said something about having just 3 goals: a health goal, a wealth goal, and a mindset goal, and then do one thing each day towards each one. So if your to-dos are clashing and bumping into each other, something has to be surrendered so that one of them can finally win. Okay, so for the first week, you have the Five of Goblets. And so something in May hasn't gone to plan or has ended in the result of something being lost or not worked out. And it's bringing you into June with a little bit of a cleanup to do. And so this serves as a reminder that not all is lost, and to be kind to yourself as you work back to a new normal or a new baseline to start building on again. And the roots of the tree are still alive, so to speak. So be watering those roots. The tree might be a stump right now, but there's still life in there, and you need to nurture that back to health. Now for the second week, you have the Three of Swords. So it's time to begin the healing process on something. This can, for some people, refer to the pain caused by whatever put you in this Five of Cups energy. But for others, it's the realization that a long, long ago past pain is still affecting you. And it was probably a contributing factor to this other thing going sideways. And rebuilding means finally addressing it as a commitment to change. And it's an aspect of simplifying your life, because unaddressed or unhealed trauma is a complicator of life and relationships. Now, the Three of Swords always gets my little therapy disclaimer, though. Like, I am not trained to speak on or assist with addressing trauma, but this card suggests that there's a there, and it's not the worst idea to reach out for qualified help. Now, for the third week, you have the Knight of Goblets. This is you feeling safe enough for heartfelt expression of some kind and actively seeking change towards something that you find more fulfilling emotionally. Could be in any aspect of your life, but it shows you feeling very loving and kind towards yourself and others, demonstrating love towards yourself and others, expressing your emotions in some way, possibly artistically or musically. But what you're doing is externalizing your feelings, essentially for the sake of processing, getting them out where they can be less confusing, not so much the echo chamber inside, but giving them form so they can be worked with. Now for the fourth week, you have the Knight of Discs. And now these changes evolve to be more tangible and more habitual. You could be incorporating some kind of healing practice into your day-to-day. But like, if we did disconnect from all this internal stuff and bring it back into simplifying, you could be deciding to throw away one piece of clutter every day, or practicing saying no to a request once a day or once a week. Now for work, you have the Six of Swords with the Magician. So for the self-employed, you are organizing your creative space or studio or home office in a way that you can see all of your tools and resources in one place more clearly and accessible, that like with fewer steps or obstacles. I can see people getting like a standing desk or soundproofing the room or getting a do not disturb sign or creating social media free space and time. And you could actually be moving your space away from a shared space and doing something more independently. This can also be like separating bank accounts so that your personal and your business finances are appropriately apart from each other. But whatever it is, it's for the sake of your peace of mind and clarity of creative process and reducing mental interference, because there's a line being drawn in the sand here between your work resources, time, energy, space from other distractions. So like no more pets or children interrupting Zoom meetings and that kind of stuff. Now, for those with a job in an organization, you could be working more independently without so much interference, because like there's a little sense of having to do more yourself, but it being worth it because it's more peaceful. Like the help you had might not have been worth the hassle. And the beautiful thing is that you get to keep all of the credit for what you produce. And some of you might be deciding to actually leave a toxic company altogether and do something for yourself and build something from scratch. Now for love, you have the Six of Spears and the Eight of Swords. And so for couples, giving each other attention and affection could be extra important this month. There's the potential for that old, stalemate or stagnation of who's initiating enough, who's expressing more desire. And sometimes both parties will back off, hoping that the other one will show more, and then nobody wins, right? There may either need to be some communication around this or just go ahead and break that cycle, because the idea that they don't see you in a good light or they don't desire you, that's completely unfounded. You're still their ideal and they still hold you up as their object of desire. I mean, not to say they objectify you, but you know what I mean. Now for singles, don't hide yourself away or talk yourself out of being seen. With Simplify, you could potentially be noticed by someone when you use, like, say, less makeup or just be yourself and not employ weird dating tips to withhold aspects of yourself from an interest until they're with you or something silly like that. All of the things that you might think that you have to complicate in order to be seen aren't real and they aren't true. It can be so much easier to be seen when you just stop hiding something that you were told is unattractive, because it's just total BS. Now I have your bonus message to close. It says, fragrant are the flowers that bloom when you smile and let go. See, it's kind of saying like all you need is your smile. You don't need all the other stuff. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn, and I will talk to you next month. Thank you.